Alright, so now just to wait for the game to boot up. So, alright, cool, you're in. So the game's gonna take a second to boot up, but once I get it booted up, we'll be good. So, I'm hopping up. Sorry, fuck. I'm booting up Gran Turismo, which is the game I play 90% of the time. This one's like an actual like a racing sim, so this isn't like a drifting game, but this game is super realistic. So, this game is so realistic that they have a partnership with the Olympics, for the U.S. esports section of it. So they have actual Olympic competitions on this game. They have like some of the best drivers um in the world on this game competing. Um, I know a guy who is on the same team as a couple guys who were in the recent championship thing that they held. They held a big race event, and there's two guys from Team AMS, is what it's called, and there were two of them in it. It was one. There were two cups. It was a Nations Cup and it was a Manufacturers Cup. So in the Manufacturers Cup, they had teams that were based on the car brands. Like, for example, you had three people driving for Toyota, three people driving for Nissan, you had three people driving for you know, all the brands. But well, not all of them, but the ones who chose to enter. Um, then you had the Nations Cup, which the Nations Cup was for countries. So you had three American drivers, fucking Jamaican drivers, Dutch drivers, all that shit. Whatever country you could fucking think of. There was a bunch of them. But they had that too. One of the guys he was one of the guys on the team that I know. He was one of the three people on the American team, means he was that means he's one of the best drivers in the United States, like in the entire U.S. Which is pretty cool. And there was another one on the UK team. So, or not UK, sorry, Australia. Well, yeah, it was UK. It was UK. My bad. On the UK team. So, pretty much what I just wanted to do at this point is I wanted to go lay down laps on the Nürburgring. So, sorry. Nürburgring. A little background, right? The Nürburgring is a track in Germany. Okay. Best way to explain it, I want to show you this, right? So if you look at the very bottom, right, when you click this, right, you look at the bottom where it says, you see Nordschleife, right, and then right there where the cursor is, it says 12.94 miles. That's how big the track is. This track is almost 13 miles long, right? Let me go ahead and put that into comparison for you. What's another big track? Let's see. Dragon Trail's not that big. Look, when a second. No, that's not that big. What's a big track? Let's see. Oh, I know a big track. Grand Valley, 3.17 miles. That's a big track. Oh, Sarth, 8.47 miles. Which, not that bad. But Goodwood's not that big. Wait a minute, so I guess the other track isn't that big. I guess I was wrong. High Speed Ring? Jeez, that's actually way shorter than I thought. Holy shit. Guess it's just a high speed track. Yeah, that's super short. What about this one? 1.27. God damn. How big is Daytona? 2.50? But long story short, what I'm trying to point out is this right here is the longest track in the game. By a good amount. So, not only is it the longest track and the biggest track, in the game, but it is also the biggest track in real life. This is a real track in real life, and this is a very, very famous track. Now, here's the other thing, right? This track is not only the biggest, but it is also the most challenging track of all time. Um, I can't remember the exact numbers, but this track has killed multiple famous race car drivers, like in the 80s and 90s. Um, this track is very, very technical, and there are people out there who are dedicated to memorizing the track. That's the only way to drive this track is to know it. Like, if you're new on this track, you have to go like 50 miles an hour on this entire track because pretty much every single corner tricks you. There are corners on this game that you go into and it looks like a smooth sweeping corner, and all of a sudden you're midway through the turn. You can't see anything, right? Because there's like trees fucking everywhere. You cannot see around a lot of these corners, as you can see, right? You're moving hella quick. You cannot see around half of these corners. You're just going around the turn, and all of a sudden it tightens on you out of nowhere, and you just fly straight into a fucking wall, right? That's what happens if you try and push yourself on this track and you don't know it. This track requires you to be familiar with it. I am familiar with this track. I am very familiar with this track, and if you put me in a good car, I can absolutely fucking tear the shit out of this track. And you're gonna get to watch me rip the shit out of this track in a fucking Cayman. This is one of my favorite cars that I have. My Porsche Cayman. I love this thing, and I modeled it after a real life. I think I might have showed you before. I don't know. His name's Where's 981. I modeled it kind of after his Porsche, but I did my own things to it. So, like I said, this game is super, super realistic as far as driving physics go and all that stuff. Car X, which is the other game I was on, that game focuses on the drifting physics. Racing physics, it's not that good at. This game, it's the polar opposite, right? This game's driving physics and like the racing physics of this game are hyper realistic. But the drifting physics are mediocre. So they're polar opposites. But like I said, fun fact, this game taught me to drive in real life, and it actually did. Like, I played this game for, I want to say, like a year before I ever got into a car in real life and, like, actually drove a car. And I went to this driving school for insurance purposes because I wanted to pay cheaper insurance. And my first ever license, which was my first ever lesson, that was the first time I ever drove a car. I waited until we were halfway through to tell the person it was my first time driving. I was able to play it off as if I had drove before, when I never had. It was because they almost took me onto a highway, and I'll be honest with you, it was my first time driving. I was just kind of getting used to everything. I didn't necessarily want to go on the highway yet. That's when I told them. I was like, it's a little too late to tell you this is my first time ever driving. You know what they usually do there? For first time drivers, they take you in an empty parking lot. They took me on the fucking road immediately because I didn't tell them it. They didn't know. They had no idea it was my first time driving, and I thank this game for that because I played this game religiously for like a year before any of that. So, when I tell you that the shit does correlate, it does. Also, I hope you like the car because this is one of my favorite cars, and I'm sorry if it's a little obnoxiously loud, but I also want to show off the fact this game has lots of assist settings because, people are pussies. I want to go ahead and default. This is the only, ABS is the only assist I have on because ABS is normal. Everybody uses ABS. That shit is completely, normal. But, you could do auto braking and all that shit. I have all that shit turned off. I have the brake indicator. I don't need that. Actually, I do need that on this track. This track is really tricky and I kind of do need that. But, You know what? Do I need that? Do I need that on? I don't need it. We're gonna go without it. I think I could do it. I'm gonna challenge myself. I have all the assists turned off, right? So I want to show that off. A lot of people, they use this, active stability management counter steering assistance. Counter steering, that's when you're drifting, right? You saw how, like, when you put the car sideways, right? You have to turn the other way, like here. See, like that, right? Notice how I'm steering the other direction. That's how that works, right? Actually, to be honest with you, this game doesn't have that bad a drifting physics, to be honest. I know people who say it's mediocre, but in my opinion, it's not that bad. It's just the tuning isn't there. Like, you can't really tune a car to drift, but if I were to, like, put this car sideways, it's pretty fucking realistic. Like, that's pretty fucking spot on. That's pretty fucking spot on. But, I don't have any of those assists on, so I am running the most difficult track in the world in one of my favorite cars that I'm very comfortable with, and it's a very good car, but with no assist or anything of the sort. I may turn on the braking zone thing. That just tells me the braking area, like, here, I'll show you what that is. Braking area. That's that. I don't know if you saw that, but that's what braking zone is right there. That, like, red on the ground, that just tells you to brake. So I'm gonna run without that, but it's nice to have on this track, as this track is super fucking tricky. But I'm gonna be a show off, so I'm gonna be a show off. I'm not gonna use it. This is gonna be super. That didn't happen. This is gonna be super satisfying to watch me. Super satisfying to watch me fly through these some of these sections. Yeah, right. Also, I didn't have anything below that little spot up. I bet you've never seen someone bomb through turns at 185 miles an hour. Fucking no! That's what I mean. This track is unforgiving. I'm better driving in this camera. Like, here. See how I'm driving in this camera, right? I'm better driving like this. This is what I'm good at. But I want to do it like this because it looks cooler. You know what I mean? If I do it like this, though, I'm gonna fuck up. If I do it like this, I'm gonna drive a lot better. So I'll do a mix of both. But this is how I do it. This is what I'm better at. I'm better driving like this. By the way, hold on, just for context, you see this? this right here, this is not a curb, by the way. You see me hitting these, I do that on purpose. This is not a curb, it's called a rumble strip. And these are technically part of the track. Technically, you are supposed to use these to your advantage on corners. Because there's a racing line, right? Racing line is like, I don't know if you've noticed, but in some corners I go outside and then like I turn into the corner like that. You're supposed to use those rumble strips. You're supposed to maximize usage of the track. That's what I do. So like I'll go all the way out and then I'll turn into a corner like that, and I'll get as close to the rumble strip as I can like that. You know? You're not really supposed to go on the grass like that. That was an actual accident, but you're supposed to get up on the rumble strip like I do. So I'm just making sure you know that you don't have to hit them, but you are allowed. And they do have to. There's a nice high-speed section of the driving. Yeah, fucking, eat the wall. See how much fucking better that is? I overshoot that corner a lot. That's common for me to do because I don't know if you noticed it, but there's little jump holes. And I like to get that jump. So sometimes that causes me to carry too much speed. Taking this time I'm tryhard, so I'm not gonna talk to go as fast as I can stay in this camera view unless I get a really good live shot. So I'll touch you later. Watch my skill come out. See what I mean? Imagine making mistakes like that for like this track that's filled with many people. Many people have died on this track. That's why they have in real life on this real track. They're all like unintentional accidents. They actually want to see how good the content is. I don't know who the fuck this is. Anyway. I'm gonna go look for a public lobby on this track, right? Just real quick. I'm gonna go see if I can find a public lobby on this track. Hold on a second. The fuck was that I just saw? Who's in here? I don't know who these guys are. I don't trust it. Call out lobby. RP lobby. Napoleon. Okay, let me guess. Vex is in here. No, Vex is not in here. Oh, Napoleon's the only person I know in here, I think. Cool. Anyway. Look for a public lobby on the NERB. See if I can just run a couple laps with some people, so. Oh, I know this guy. Jump in this lobby. Because I know this guy, so he's kind of cool. But, I want to see if I can, I want to show off, you know what I mean? I want to show off my skill on this track. So, I'm going to jump on here with some people. See who I can, some beef with. No, I'm kidding. And drive with some people around the track, so. One downside to this game when you're playing with other people is it's kind of laggy. By kind of laggy, I mean the game is very laggy. Depending on who the host is. So the game operates off of the host's Wi-Fi, right? So when you join their game, right, if the host has shitty Wi-Fi, and everyone is gonna lag in the lobby. Everyone is going to lag if the host has shitty Wi-Fi. If the host has good Wi-Fi, nobody should lag unless a specific someone has really shitty Wi-Fi, then just they will lag. But if the host has bad Wi-Fi, the entire lobby will lag. Which means it's always a risk that you could join a lobby and it just be the most laggiest shit show you've ever seen. So we're running a risk, but it should be cool. So I'm not sure. We're gonna try and see if we can meet someone outside pit. So let's run some shit with someone. I am gonna say, I'm sorry, I know this is an atrocity, but I'm turning braking area on because fuck that. I don't need it. I'm cool. Fucking guy knows what the fuck are you doing? Oh man. Japanese guys. Oh, he's Japanese. The guy in the NSX is Japanese, and Japanese guys are so it's kind of scary. But it's okay, because this Mustang is fast as shit, so I'm okay. I just gotta get past this big ass fucking truck, dude. Holy shit, get out of the way. Yeah, crash, please. Yeah, he's like, holy shit, thank you. Oh, a Hellcat. You gotta be kidding me. Get your fucking slow piece of shit out of here. This dude's gonna be mad that his Hellcat is getting smoked by a fucking Mustang, and he's gonna crash. He's gonna crash because he's gonna push it way too fucking hard, trying to keep up with me because he's like, oh, slow Mustang passed me, yeah. Because usually Mustangs are slow, but this one has a different engine in it. Its engine's swapped, and it makes 1,400 horsepower. So this thing actually makes about 2 times the horsepower he does. So, well, okay, not 2 times, because with that thing fully upgraded, it makes about 1,000. So I'm making about 400 more horsepower. So, the fact that he's keeping up with me right now is kind of impressive, because normally Hellcat drivers would be long gone by now. You can tell he's really tryharding it, though. He keeps flat. I don't flash him. Do not. Oh, lag. Holy shit. Congratulations, lag has benefited you and got you ahead of me. Don't brake. Oh, you're braking too much, dude. Move. You're fucking braking too much. You suck. Holy shit. And my tire, holy shit, tire wear is on high. My tires are losing life very quickly. Shit. Come here, man. Come here. Stop lagging all over the place, please. Thank you. Just come here. It's okay. Just accept your fate. Okay, I guess we're sliding off the track. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, don't do the same thing. Come here, Mom. Come here. No, don't resist it. Just come here. Don't resist it. Just come here. This guy's actually fucking decent. I mean, he's lagging all over the place, but I've never seen a Hellcat driver actually be able to control their car like this. This is actually kind of cool. Because usually Hellcat drivers cannot drive for shit. This guy can actually control his car. The guy in the Peggy, I kind of figured he'd be able to drive. Because guys who drive Peggies are usually semi-professionals. Peggies are not used by because because most people look at a Peggy and say, what a slow piece of shit. But because it's a little front-wheel drive Japanese car. But the thing is, people don't realize how much that thing is actually used in Japanese street racing. That thing is a very fucking good car, and not many people know it. Only the people who actually like do street racing and shit know that car is good. So this little guy in the Teggy up here, that yellow car, I'm assuming he's probably a decent driver. And this guy in the Hellcat actually knows how to drive. Dude, I have a feeling all that sliding he's doing is probably just lag. Like, this guy's probably completely fucking blinded. Oh, that's behind us. What are they in? That's the NSX. That's the NSX. Nope, you gotta move now. You gotta move. Nope, you gotta move, Hellcat. We gotta go. Hellcat, we gotta go. Hellcat, we gotta go. Hellcat, we gotta go. Step on it, step on it, step on it. Go. No, stay away from me, thank you. And now this is where I shine. This lobby is gonna be tricky because of the tire wear. Like, okay, that Hellcat was kind of mobbing. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting that. That guy was moving like holy shit. The fact that I had fucking 400 more horsepower than him, and he was like, we were almost pace matched. It's kind of wild. Alright, sorry, what kind of car is it? Oh, another Teggy. Another Teggy? 2 Teggies? Shit, okay. No. Nah, listen, we doing that? I'ma get something out for you. Listen, cause we not doing that, shorty. We not doing that. Actually, nah, this thing is great. It's just the fucking tire wear is fucking annoying. I would stay in this lobby, but the problem is the tire wear, and I don't like it. I don't like the tire wear at fucking all. So, fuck it, we're gonna deal with it anyway. Because I kind of want to drive with these guys. I have a feeling, alright, Dope is cool, the 2-Dope guy. He's cool, and I feel like he definitely knows how to drive. I'm not sure about the other guy, but that might be his friend. So, if that's his friend, he also might know how to drive. It's a risk. It's possibilities. What are they saying in the chat? Let's see. Oh, they said smoke break. Alright. So I got nobody to run really, so fuck it, I'm gonna bounce that ass. Hey Canada, bounce that ass. Alright, sorry, I was looking at my messages. Pro drift, yeah. I'm not really pro on this game. Nor is Warpath, yet Warpath is in there. Warpath, you are not a pro drifter, my guy. You can't drift for shit. I can outdrift you, and I'm not a pro. I can outdrift the fuck out of Warpath, actually. I got 2nd place in the last comp I did, which is really fucking good, actually. That means the only battle I lost was my last one. Fuck, alright. Let me look for another NERB lobby. You know what? The only issue, though, is that people in Nürburgring lobbies can drive. Because here's the thing, right? Nürburgring lobbies. This track is very well known for being a bitch, right? So most people don't drive it because they're scared of it. The only people who drive it are the people who can't. So if you join NERB lobbies, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna run into good drivers. But here's another track I really, really like. This track, we're gonna run into some really shitty drivers because doesn't have the same reputation as the other track does. But it is more difficult than people give it credit for. So, and there's not a lot of Hillary's email. What the fuck? Hot lap lobby, except I don't know if either of the 2 guys in it are present or not, but let me see, there's only 2 people in this lobby, but if at least one of the guys is running laps, I could join him. and I could assert my dominance really quick. This track is a track I am very fucking good at. I was, just to put it into retrospect, I was doing a racing, like a little, like just for fun, little racing thing with this professional race team called CCR, which they are competitors for AMS, which is the team that was, whatever. They were hosting this little thing where they were like broadcasting and commentating a little race, and it was like a championship thing. It's one make championship where they had us all driving the same car, the same tune, same everything, and we did a couple races on a couple different tracks with different weather, all that stuff. And they put it onto this track, and they put us in heavy rain on this track. And I got about bottom leaderboard in all the other races, which I'm sure you can understand why. I was racing with professional drivers. So I got, I think, like third to last most of the time because there were two people in the lobby who were kind of shit, and I left them in the dust. But other than that, I got beat by pretty much everybody because holy shit, they're professional drivers. But as soon as we got onto this track, third place. I got third out of the entire race. It was a full 16-person race, and I got third as soon as we got onto this track. And it was in heavy rain, too, which was also on my side, because I am good at drifting on this game. And a lot of the professional race guys, they didn't really know how to fucking drive in the rain. Like, their cars were kicking out and sliding all over the place, and they didn't know what the fuck to do. I did, which is part of the reason why I got third place that race. So I'm very fucking proud of that. I beat everyone on my own race team, because it was like two of us. It was our the SHP, MRT, which is the team I'm on. It was us and CCR, that were in the same lobby, and I beat all the guys on our team, and two of the CCR guys, like their best drivers, I guess the two who actually knew how to drive in the rain, got first and second. I don't remember who was specifically, but they got first and second. And then yeah, let's see who in this lobby is AFK. The ambulance. The ambulance is driving. What? Why do I keep running into good drivers tonight? Hold on. What is this guy? This guy's got his ABS on, he's got traction control. This guy's jacked up on assist. This guy's probably got every single assist. This guy has none of them, not even ABS. He's driving with it. Watch this. Look at this shit. Holy shit. What am I witnessing right now? I couldn't do this shit. You know what I could do, though, is I could absolutely fucking tear this track apart. That I could do. Let's see. Pick the car. Let's pick the car. What should I tear this track apart with? I'll do it with my Nissan. That I can do. I can definitely beat that lap time when that's supposed to, that's for sure. But this guy drifting is fucking. that on-lap time is actually really good. You can tell that he so I can probably get like a 110, to be honest, so I could probably beat that time by like 1 second. Let's see how far ahead of that time I'm on. 10 seconds, okay. I could do better, but I'll take it. There you go, beat it by 19 seconds. 19.8, so pretty much exact. I beat it by 20 seconds. And now I'm gonna beat it even more. I'm gonna run it even faster lap. Alright, we're behind on this lap. It says I think I Notice how I get close to the walls of utilities. look at how close I get when I come out of the corner. I hug these fucking walls super tight. I hug them a lot tighter. But a little too close there. I'm happy. Anyway, so I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it a night for now, and yeah, I'm gonna call it a night for now. I'm gonna want to watch at least one episode of my show before I call you. It already is kind of late though, but here, just let me watch at least one episode of my show real quick before I call you, and then I'll call you in a minute. So, here, I'm gonna text you.